Alright guys, what is up? It is CJ with Team Spellbomb. Um, I'm here with the old combo corner, and we're taking a look at Modern Storm, which is a deck that I've got a fair few reps with. I wouldn't say I'm the best in the world with it, but I definitely know my way around the block with this deck. So, this is a list that 5 0'd recently. I forget the name of the person that 5 0'd. It was KHUB something. I apologize to that person, but it's the most recent 5 0 on Goldfish. The only switch out that I've done is I'm playing a unsub over the third remand because I think unsub has enough utility to warrant replacing whenever the deck wants to play multiple remands. I think unsub warrants a spot over just one of the remands. Like, if you're going to play 3 remands, try out an unsub. Play 2 remands, try out an unsub. If you end up liking it, you like it. If not, once again, it's a personal preference sort of thing. I've had it come up to where I've countered, like, well, not countered, but basically countered uncounterable spells like Abrupt Decay or a Titan coming down through a Cavern of Souls. So it's like a pseudo counter spell in that regard. So it's not bad. That, and sometimes it can bounce problematic creatures. So this is a pretty everything except for this here Grapeshot is like a pretty standard in the flex slots. Like the repeals been in and out of this deck for years. Unsub has been in and out as well. It's a lot less popular than the repeal. Sometimes like an E-Truth is ran in this spawn, but I think that's wild. Um, but this is he's just running a third Grapeshot, which I want to try out because I'm not super confident in the deck's position in the metagame right now. I think it is. I'm unsure. I'm quite unsure, honestly. I don't think I don't think it's the best combo deck you want to be on, but it may be up there. So we're gonna give it a test. We're gonna try these 3 Grapeshots just to try and get our opponent dead. Um, Sideboard's very, very, very stock. Like sometimes the 3 pieces over the third dispute is common, but 3 disputes because Azorius Stoneblade's very popular. 4 bolts because there's just a bunch of random stuff running around that you want to kill. I have no other word for that. A braid, problematic artifacts. Sometimes it's relevant enough to bring in the Azorius Stoneblade matchup. Shenanigans. Once again, problematic artifacts. Area flames, grindy matchups. Empty, grindy matchups. Sometimes you just gotta cheese Jund. Just a life. So, let's get ready and hop right into a league. Ooh, we're not doing a modern challenge. Not today. uh, But definitely leave a comment if you'd ever want to watch us play a full-on challenge. I don't think anyone would like to see us subject ourselves to that, but maybe in like a live stream setting. I don't know about a video because that video would be just hours and hours long, and you'd have to be waiting between rounds. Yeah, it just would. I mean, it might be better in the video format just because you could edit down the cuts, but um, honestly, I'm not very confident in the Azorius Stoneblade matchup. I feel like they might apply enough pressure mixed with the fact that it's a Force of Negation deck. Force of Negation being printed into Modern is really a kneecapping to this deck. It's what honestly made me hop off the deck, in paper at least. I still run leagues with it occasionally because it's fun to storm off sometimes, but um, just Force of Negation is just such a powerful card against this deck. It's just very, very, very good. It stonewalls most of the combo turns of this deck. So against blue decks, now you just have to play a much slower game plan, which isn't always inherently a bad thing, but it cuts out the lines where you would occasionally be able to just cheese the blue-white opponent by just like turn 2, just gonna pop off. All right, we have seemed to have found an opponent. Die roll 1 time. Hey, we're already winning. Alright, Shane is not the worst hand I've ever seen with this deck. We dig quite a lot. The double basic's kind of odd. The basic mountain is really what impedes this hand a little bit. Because if we happen to hit another cantrip, we can't like double cantrip next on turn 2. What does this deck need to go off? It needs a payoff of some sort and a reducer. We've got double cantrip. Um, I've talked myself into it. I think this is a keep. The thing that makes me concerned is the mountain, and just we have to hit on these cantrips or this hand's just dead. But once again, we can also dig with Metamorphose. I think that's a thing that a lot of Storm players don't do enough, is just sometimes casting. When you have like multiple Metamorphoses like this, sometimes just cantripping with one is fine. I think we just cast sleight of hand here. I don't think I want to leave up the opt. I'd rather dig as deep as possible, as early as possible. See, that's what I was talking about. If we hit the second cantrip, so now we can't double cantrip next turn, which kind of is an issue. But I think we have to take the opt over the desperate because we just really need to hit the payoff plus reducer. It's mainly reducer that we need to hit because we might just be able to just like draw into it with metamorphoses and such. So we just really need to hit the reducer. But then there's the argument if we could take Desperate Ritual to, if mana is the bottleneck, then Desperate Ritual is a fine take, yes. But I would rather just hit the reducer and just kill our opponent. So we'll dig for the reducer. You'll do this turn. Alright, opponent. Our hand is kind of Thoughtseize proof, so that's an upside. Oh, is this the mirror? Oh my. That would be the most wonderful thing. Hey, we found the reducer. Well, I will jam it because they're obviously a combo deck of some variety, because I don't think I've seen a control deck run sleight of hand ever. Maybe it's like a one of years ago. Yep, it's the mirror. Nope, well, cue up the circus music. Da, 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 da. I wish I was kidding. I do legitimately hear circus music whenever I play this. Whenever I start storming off, I just hear it in my head. We're gonna do double blue here. Cast Serum Visions. Do we have enough storm to just kill him with Remand Grapeshot? We will probably just get there. So put the unsub on the bottom, and on top. Metamorphose. I should have done the actual math, but I'll do it now that it's in our hand. So we cast the Metamorphose. So we need 1 and 1. So we cast Metamorphose. Float. Blue red. Cast both ops. So that goes 3. So we get 7. So we hit him for 7. Remand puts it. So we're at 15 currently. So we're gonna opt and see what we can find. Bottom. Okay. Now is he just dead? We will have to Metamorphose first, right? So we Metamorphose, float red, red? Yeah, red. Then we cast Gifts Ungiven, leave a red floating, and he can't bottleneck us on mana, correct? Well, no, it just actually gives, I think it just gives us enough storm, I believe, right? Let's do the math. So Metamorphose, then into Gifts Ungiven, Metamorphose. It's the same as casting another opt, and he's on the same deck as us, so I don't expect him to give us an incorrect pile. I don't expect him to give us an incorrect pile. That's just expecting a bit too much. So we will opt. Yes. Put on top. Sometimes you just get there, as my people would say. Ba-da-ba-da. Ba-da-bum. Red. Blue. Oh wow, our opponent's very dead. Best of Flames. Blue. pay for part of the colorless, red. And then Pyretic. I hate it when it does that. Metamorphose. Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum. Yeah, there's not much to talk about here. This, our opponent is just very, very dead. Because we just do. Yeah, we have another Metamorphose, so we'll do like this plus this. Serum Vision. Oh, nope, didn't mean to click on that one. Whoopsies. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's dead. Put it on top, sure. Put it on bottom. Alright, Grapeshot. Bang. I do apologize for the sniffles, guys. My allergies are kicking my ass currently. But yeah, like I said, we just happened to hit the reducer, and then because of all the metamorphoses and the fact that we just kind of just stormed off, I mean, there's not much more to say. The deck's hardest decisions are made when mulliganing and when casting your cantrips and such. At least that's my opinion on it. Like optimizing what cards you see and what cards you like need to find, and just figuring out what is the correct line in that regard. Ba-dum-bum, 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 ba-dum-bum. Actually, I should turn off that auto yield. I don't know, is there hot? I am fairly new to Moto, so I don't know if there's a hotkey for same targets, but I wish there was. But, yeah. So, just clicking and clicking and clicking. And then we just hold down the OK button. Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum. Sweet. Alright, well, in the mirror, some people say to bring in Bolt. I'm inclined to agree. He's probably going to bring in what? If he's running the same list as me, or at least similar sideboarding, he'll probably bring in his Mystical Disputes and his Bolts, right? So, when we're on the draw, I think that Mystical Dispute is definitely wanted, but is it wanted more than Bolt? It's definitely wanted when we're on the play for any sort of remand / mystical dispute, just for the counter wars, or for maybe him bouncing like a reducer while we're trying to storm off. The only question is, what do we trim? Because this is 7 cards. I think the repeal is kind of weak. I think it's weaker than unsub. It costs the same amount of mana to bounce a reducer. Like, when we have a reducer out, this costs as much as unsub, but it also cantrips. I don't know. I don't want to pay 3 mana just to bounce a reducer. Doesn't seem great. I almost want to trim on a Gifts Given, because it drops his amount of Mystical Dispute targets. Oops, sorry for the background noise. Definitely getting rid of... No, that's actually probably the best one, because we want to hold up Counter Magic here. I completely cut those. Trim on the Serum Visions. You could almost convince me to trim a Grapeshot, but that might matter in the regards of both killing a reducer, and if he's on a 2 Grapeshot list, we actually just have a higher chance of killing him quicker. So maybe it's a remand. Actually, a Baral might be correct. He could put some. So he's definitely bringing these same cards against us. So, got. Actually, no. Remand. You stay. Baral. Gifts. Could be wrong. I spent too much time thinking about it. I haven't played much. I don't have many reps in the mirror, surprisingly enough. I'm the only guy in the friend group that has thoroughly enjoyed this deck for as long as it's been around. Jack Cash 10. Ooh, this hand is stinky. Yep. Wow, this mountain is stuck in the grip. Has no sideboard cards, but this hand's definitely a keep. It just probably flat loses to... It flat loses if he has a bolt, but hey. I don't think that's something we can afford to play around. I don't know. Going to 5 in the mirror seems suboptimal, especially when he's kept 7. So I'd rather keep a hand that is very close to drawing out of it, or is very close to just killing him if he doesn't have like a bolt or something. Drawing a bolt for us here, or a mystical dispute, would be wonderful. Didn't hit it, but we will still bluff it. We're going to yield through our turn, and then we are going to manually click through stuff on his turn just to put the Fear of God into him, hopefully. See, he didn't trim his sleight of hands at all, so that's a interesting sign. Okay, he's respecting the mana. Cool, 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 cool. That's what we like to see. Sparbalef. And we're just gonna relax and chill. Double opt. Maybe just one opt. Thinking about something. Wouldn't cast in our main phase though. It's probably gonna snap up an opt here on our end stub. If I had to guess. Yep. There we are. Ew. I don't like that art at all. Maybe it's the eye on the back of the head. It's just... Maybe he's the guy that's on the train of just cut your reducers and just go. Well. Barrel laughs. We're fine if this gets mystical disputed. Oh wow. That's not a good sign. Oh, good night, sweet prince. You are getting bolted. There's not a whole lot I can do about it. Yup. That's fine. We can still represent Bolt here. Make him big gun shy. I would love a untap land here off the top, because that allows us to hold up Remand while Brawl's on the stack. Heyo. Ask and ye shall receive. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And it also allows us to... Neat. Remand your remand, my good sir. Hopefully he didn't have double bolt. That would be not fun. No. Eee. Well, that's fine. Played around our ritual wonderfully by not mystical disputing first. Or actually, no, he could have, since he had Remand, he could have mystical disputed first and then Brawl would have been hard countered. So maybe his hand's kind of lackluster. So he kind of wants the dig. Like, the dig is more important to him. That definitely could be it. Because in that, actually no, he would have got the dig out of it too, because he just mystical disputes the Brawl. We go to Desperate Ritual to pay for it. He remands the Desperate Ritual. So all in all, we'd be down a card. Okay, well, no use in overthinking why our opponent did what he did. Just gonna jam Brawl. Heyo, another remand. It's fun. Just gonna yield through my turn. Click manual through his turn. And just continue as we are. Oh, yep. That is a Electromancer. Wonder how long it's been in the grip. Yeah, that's getting bolted, friend. Yep, ritual and response. That's fine. Oh, that's not fine. He's very close to just manualing. Oh my. That is definitely a grip. Let's move the stack a little bit lower so that we can see his mana. Jeez. Opponent's hand is quite good. Quite good. Pile is he gonna give us? The classic. So we're definitely putting Passive Flames in the graveyard. I think. Yeah, that's definitely the one there. Actually, maybe we... Okay, so he's gonna get 3 more mana. So if we put both rituals in the yard, we give him Metamorphose, he goes up to 4, then up to 6. So then he gets to Passive Flames, cast all of his rituals. That would be 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 mana. Oof. 7 mana. Then he Gifts and Givens again. Yeah, so no, that's stone. That does stonewall him to a degree, depending on. I don't know exactly what's in his deck, but that definitely stonewalls him harder than if we, yeah, than if we put. I think, I don't know. Yep, goes up to, or it goes up to 4. You're gonna go up to 7, yeah. Now I think is where we just yield, and just see if we're dead. All right, show me what you got. I think if he does go full out, unless the last card in his hand that we don't know about is a Grapeshot, then he should just be stonewalled. But or no, there's 2 cards we don't know about because Metamorphose drawing. If one of those last 2 cards is a Grapeshot, I mean we just lose. But oof, another reducer. Yeah, we're just very dead now. He could make a mistake because he does have to Gifts and Given again. So see if he makes a mistake, but I don't foresee our opponent making a mistake. He played this game pretty well. Yep, Metamorphose. I do find it quite humorous that Storm is like quite underrepresented. Ooh, he's opting. That's a good sign. It's quite underrepresented. Why would you opt that? It's just a waste of mana. You're obviously Gifts and Givening. Yeah, I'm just dead. Like, if you just Gifts and Given, no matter where the Grapeshot goes, whatever. If he wants to waste his clock, I mean, I'm not the type to blame him. I'm not the type to stop him. Sure, he bolted me. I was dead long ago, opponent. All you have to do is flashback gifts ungiven. Wherever the bolt goes, flashback puts in flames. Yeah. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah. Cool. Oh, he did it as the double into him. Proud of him. Yeah, cool. He kind of overdid it there. Should have made him click all the way through, but I don't care that much about it. I think the way we boarded is correct. Probably. I don't think it's gonna give him back in. Get the remand out of here. Actually, I think remand might be better than unsub. He's bouncing the creatures just probably isn't correct. Because most of the time they can just replay it. Yeah, so its utility is kind of medium. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so it'll be on the play. Ooh, this hand is very close. We need to find a red source specifically. We have a Serum Visions and an Opt, and a Mystical Dispute. I think this is a keep. This is a very risky keep, but we have cantrips to dig for the land. We also just have a Mystical Dispute. We have interaction. We've got stuff to dig for what we're missing. We've got, you know, the thing. Ritual A plus B. Ritual plus gifts and given. So I think it's a keep. It's a risky one at that, but I probably wouldn't mulligan this in my everyday life. I do wish this opt was just like a Spiral of Canal, but like then that hand would just be perfect, and that's just asking too much, you know? Opponent's on 5 cards, jeez. That's rough. Feel bad for him. It always sucks mulliganing in the mirror. Alright, well. Budding. I think we put both on top, honestly. Yeah. Let me just yield to the turn. Now we have double reducer too. For like the bolt. Or the mystical dispute. Nice. If he shocks, he definitely has the... I would bet money on him having the bolt. So we'll jam the worst reducer, which is the Goblin Wishmancer, technically. Keep this mana on the back foot. And the next turn, we get to hold up Mystical... Or it might be Mystical Dispute, because he's pausing with it on the stack. Okay, cool. The next turn, we get to Barol, plus Mystical Dispute for the remand that he's probably going to have to... Oh, wow, no bolt on end step. Jinkies. This. What is it? It's probably a remand. Odds are. I mean, we have the Mystical Dispute, so I'm just like... Can you stop me on mana with me holding up the Mystical Dispute on top of everything? It's actually an important question I have to ask myself. This up to 3. Then we have 2 mana. So if we have to use the Mystical Dispute, he can't stunt us on mana. So... do we just go then? And then kill him on the next turn once he stunts us on mana? I think so. If he tries to remand this, we get him. Mystical Dispute it. Wow. Okay. Guess I'm going. So is it on Mystical Dispute? Is it double Mystical Dispute? That'd be crazy. But it's fine. We can kind of rebuild after that. It's remand. Cool. So now he can stunt us on mana hypothetically. We'll Mystical Dispute your remand. Alright. We are going to go for a Desperate Ritual. And then a Bolt. Pyretic. Pass the Flames. Metamorphose. Alright, done. Let's see what he does. He buys himself a turn, yeah, by doing that. Yeah, we're just chilling now. That red mana goes off in the multiverse. We'll attack for 2. Because no miss damage. And then we just yield through the turn. And then we're gonna yield through his turn. Woohoo. Alright, sweet. Cool. He respected us and knew that it was pretty much deterministic at that point. Alright, so that was a quick 2-1 in the mirror. Let's queue up and just hope to dodge Jund. And hope to dodge Azorius Stoneblade, which is the most played deck, so it's kind of a big ask, but I don't think that's a good matchup for my deck, for this deck. I think it's probably like 60-40. It's not like a terrible matchup, but it's something you definitely want to dodge just because Force Negation is such a backbreaking card. Honestly, they could just keep like blue card plus Force and then just like a bunch of lands, and like that might just be good enough. Because it just they would need like some form of a clock, but like it would be a pretty slow clock. Like it'd just be Snapcaster beats, honestly. Alright, so this is another good example of a hand that has multiple cantrips, and is technically missing things, but we do have a reducer and we have a Gifts Ungiven. All we have to find is rituals, our deck's chock full of them, and we've got 3 lands, which is a little much, but we are fine with making 3 land drops. So this is a keep. We're just gonna yield through our opponent's turn to, optimize time and all that fun stuff. It's burn. That's... Whoa. Huh? Shock pass with a Sacred Foundry? I don't know about you guys, but I'm terrified. I am quaking in my boots, and I'm not even kidding. Like, oh, it's New Dredge. Sweet. Okay. Okay, well, could have been a lot worse. Take a Grapeshot. We're gonna yield through this turn. So, my opinions on the Dredge matchup. Typically, so old Dredge, quote unquote, was a okay matchup. Probably like barely in Storm's favor game 1. Game 2 is where it gets a little bit dicier because I'm not quite sure that we have the best matchup against... Oh, Jesus. That's 2 Smiting Helixes. I'm not sure we have the best matchup in the world against this new version because of Smiting Helix. It's basically like, the way I would describe it is now it just has, like, multiple, like, better copies of... Oh god, what's the card? Conflagrate. Not that Smiting Helix is better than Conflagrate. It's just in this specific scenario, it is better against us. So now if I jam the Brawl, they're just going to Smiting Helix it, almost definitely. So I think it's just Serum Visions. Like, we have to just go off the same turn that, like... Oof, these are all... Yeah, actually, Remand is good enough, because then that saves our Brawl. So we just have to stall for a turn, basically. We probably should have Sleight of Hand first, but... That's what we get for being a dumb bee. So, misplay count 1, for those of you counting at home. Maybe higher. I could definitely see myself misplaying more than that. So we're going to Sleight of Hand, just to get the Remand in our hand now. Oh god, that's a lot of Brawls on the bottom of our deck. Yield through the turn. Our opponent has probably squarely pegged this on Storm. If he hasn't, I would be quite surprised. Ugh. Yep. Ooh, he's getting back all the goons this turn. He's gonna fire us Smiting Helix off at the dome. Yikes. Oh, so he's playing a plane, so he's really deep on Smiting Helix and all that jazz. Okay, this is like an interesting build of Dredge. My curiosity peaked. Chivalry. We're not super dead. And we've got the Remand for the Smiting Helix. It's going to be pointed at our Baral, so... Yeah. We're just kind of vibing now. Delayed trigger on the amalgam, sure. I wonder what white gives this deck access to other than that. It gives it Grocery Corn. Thinking, the enchantment removal. What else? The one with flashback is the one that I'm specifically referencing. Yeah, we are not blocking. I will take. Or do I have to? 12? Jeez. Oh, and there's an Ox in there. He definitely plays. Yeesh. Maybe I'm priced into blocking. Yikes. So, I take 12, 13. Jesus. Go to 3. He has to actually just straight miss on probably a billion dredges. Yikes. Yeah, you don't win games of Magic by being a coward. So, if we block with the Brawl, we're not winning the game anyways, so maybe he tries to just cast the Smiting Helix to kill us, and we have the remand anyways for the Ox, so I don't even know what I was saying. Oh lord, I'm not all here today. Bad part is that basically turns these into wastes, so good thing we didn't Shogun Steam Bones. Remand target. Alright. That ain't it. Come on, bro. Draw me something good, buddy. We need one ritual. Well, that's actually very good. Fire Islet, you're gone. Alright. We need a ritual. Guarantee the kill. We need a ritual. Yikers. Yikers, yikers, yikers. Well, we're gonna have to get lucky. Desperate. He's at 17. Jeez. Some count 1 Metamorphose. Pyretic. Alright, so what gives us the highest chance of victory here? It's not the other Grapeshot. So we would still have to hit a ritual. Alright. Alright, so if we go for the Pass in Flames and we Metamorphose, then we hit a ritual, we still would be stuck on mana, correct? Because 1, Metamorphose 2, then 5. Okay, yeah, no, we wouldn't. We would be Exactsies. So yeah, it's just Pass in Flames. Yeah, just Pass in Flames. Just the classic. This gives us the highest chance of victory. I was just checking in my head to see if Grapeshot might have been a higher chance, but like the third Grapeshot. I can see how wanting the third Grapeshot is kind of relevant. Yep, he did that, so we're just gonna have to get lucky with it. Red, red. Oh, I should have did red-blue, hypothetically. Yeah, well, we probably weren't winning this game anyways, right? Yeah, there's no lines. Yep, okay. Cool. Let's see. Alright, cool. I don't feel bad now. Wow. We got absolutely beat to death. So, to be fair, we kept a hand that was missing one piece and we just didn't hit the piece. What do we want against Dredge? Could argue for bolts, but I think that's diluting our own game plan a bit too much. You'd argue for Mystical Disputes, but I don't know. I think I think this matchup's just fine. I just think we got kind of unlucky. Yeah, there's almost nothing I want. There's like bolts, maybe. Empty the horns, kind of. But that's just fighting a losing battle at that point. I just think that we just kind of run back to 60 and just hope not to get high rolled while also hoping to high roll. Oh, now this is kind of a bait. If this had a second land, I'd be it's very close to a keep. But I think we have to mulligan. Just on the axis of it's missing too much. It's missing. Well, it's missing it's missing land and gifts. So if one of these was a Manamorphose, I'd be more inclined to keep. Even more so if there was two, like the last one we kept like this. But we don't have quite enough dig. So I think it's a mulligan. We'll snap it off. Okay, this hand's... Yikes. Don't think we're taking this game home, team. I think we're gonna hold the L. We are about to be handed a supreme L. See mulligan? Need to... Yikes, he's keeping 7. We're probably going down to 5. Yikes. Probably should have kept the first hand, though. Oh, well. Sure. Alright. I'm keeping, but I'm not happy about it. Jeez. Double A line. That's just plain rude. Oof. Not having Echoing Truth on the sideboard is definitely a detriment. I honestly think this might be we just scoop to that, because that is just backbreakingly powerful against us right now. Leyline wasn't on my radar because I haven't seen Leyline of the Void being ran, so that's probably a misstep in my own self. I think we actually just scoop, honestly. I know that people are not excited when the people they're watching are like, oh yeah, just scoop like 5 minutes into the game, but he's got one of his best starts plus double hate piece that we're gonna have to draw 2 answers for, and we're on a mull to 5. I think it's smarter to mulligan. Like if I wasn't recording, I think this is definitely smarter to concede. If I wasn't recording, I'd definitely concede, but maybe Shriekhorns are all just dead hits. Who knows? Could get lucky. Typically Dredge is a good matchup, but I don't know. This deck seems a tad bit faster than normal Dredge. Like just a touch. But yeah, I mean, hey, you win some, you lose some. Can't get mad. Sometimes you mulligan. That's just the nature of the beast. That's kind of why we play Magic, is because of the variance, you know? Embracing the variance is something that people need to do more. Oof. No dredgers. So far, the prophecy. Oh, he kept the 1-lander on just the back of 2 landlines. I mean, I respect it, but it's a bit disrespectful. But he did have double Shriekhorns, I mean. Sure. Block with your Narcomoeba if you hit it. Didn't hit it. Go. Damn, double land again. Opponent. Yikes, my man. Yup. Oof. Stinkies. Yeesh. Oh, the goons are gonna start rolling out. Oof. Haggle on top of it all. He kept the 1-lander, but he kept a lot of 1-drops. Oof. You love to see it. You hate to see it. Oosh. It's one Silver Smoke Ghoul. We hope. God, and that was all before his main phase. Disgusting. Alright, unstop. Oop, his triggers happened first. I'm sorry. Ouchie. Ask Gibson given. Grapeshot. Maybe not. Metamorphose. So what if we do no Grapeshot and we do like Metamorphose, Remand, Serum, Slight. It's kind of a funky one, but it's so that we can see as many cards as possible because we're not winning. So we're basically doing a really hard manual. We're not going to win with gifts and giving, blah, 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 because playline. You people are smart. So my thought process is Remand is this mild interaction. It's going to stop the Ox if he ever gets the second land. So he's probably going to bin that. And then what? He bins the Metamorphose. So then we just get to Xerox a bunch and hope to just hit, like, we want to hit a Metamorphose, but we kind of want it in here too so that we force him to give us the 2 cantrips. So that we can kind of just, like, do a sort of manual storm of sorts. Like if he gives us Metamorphose and Remand, we're fine with that too. But yeah, I think this is just the pile. I could be wrong. I'm open to suggestions in the comments. Once again, I don't claim to be like a god at this deck. I don't claim to be the best. I just have played it quite a bit, and I've been around the block with it. So I like to think that my lines are typically correct. Ooh, I didn't expect that. Neato. Okay. Like, I'm never gonna claim to be the best player at this deck, but I've been around the block with it enough to where I know what the correct lines are most of the time. Sleight of hand. That's a very good Desperate Ritual, I think. Okay. Now we're cooking with some gas. I want to shock the Steam Vent so that if I don't have to remand anything, I can give some given again. Attacking with Brawl's free. So what is he gonna do? Block with Narcomoeba? It's free damage. We're not blocking either of these fucking things. Alright, we're chilling. It's gonna be a hard fought win if we get there. We lucked out with his. Ooh, never mind. I was about to say we lucked out with a lot of his first hits of the Shriek Horns and the Haggles being kind of bad, but he's got some good stuff coming next turn. Jeez. Oh no, there's not another Silver Smoke in there, so that's good. Sure, bringing the clowns. Clowns brought. And he's at 21. It's gonna be a hard one, boys. Alright. So what do we do here? We've got a ritual and 4 lands, so mana is never gonna be an issue here. So what? I say never, but you know, haha, never say never, hee hee. Serum. Do I want to leave 2 Grapeshots in the deck to give us the highest odds, or do I want to force him to not be able to give us the Grapeshot? See, decisions like these are kind of hard. Hmm. I mean, technically, the remand functions as another copy of Grapeshot, I guess. So we ritual. What's we planning on next turn? Let's say he gives us the remand plus the serum visions. We serum visions, ritual, Grapeshot, remand, Grapeshot, remand, Grapeshot. Sure. Sure. Yes. And I don't even know how much damage that is. I didn't count it. Serum visions, ritual, Grapeshot, 2. Remand. Or up to 4 spells. So it's 6, and then 7. It's not enough, so we will have to get lucky. But hey, whatever. Play into our outs and all that fun stuff. He's probably going to give us, what, remand side of hand again? And we'll just have to get, like, lucky by hitting, like... We'll have to hit a... I think we have to hit one more ritual for it to be... make him dead. Well... I don't want either of these, but sure. Yeah, we still have enough mana. So, submersions. Ooh. Ooh. Bottom. Ritual. Cast. Control. So we're holding priority. Boop. Oof. Like to draw this card, yes. Oof. I mean, we can kill his stuff. So what would we have to hit to make it lethal? A lot? Like, just a lot of stuff. Yeah. Yeah, we would. What's 4? And then we're going to cast the Serum Vision, so we'd have to hit, what, Metamorphose and Scry, like, another Ritual, and then it's still not enough. So this is 4. Bring him down to 17, so we'd have to somehow cast 11 more spells. Or Metamorphose into... Yeah, we're gonna same targets. I don't think we can win the game, because then he just like hits literally anything and we're dead. So yeah, we're just gonna try and high roll. If we lose, we lose. I've accepted that. I mean, we're not winning the game anyways. Like, playing scared like that. I don't think there's a world in which he just hits stone cold nothing. If we wipe his board, and we still have the option to if the Serum Vision doesn't hit. So, I'm not too worried about it. Put on the bottom. Put on the bottom. Cool. Well, now we're in just a like never win spot. It's tough. It's real tough. But oh well. I mean, think we did it right. Oh, we didn't target the solution goal. Yikes. Oh, no, we did. Okay. I thought I was like... Free attack. And, now we pray. Because, we need a whole lot. Alright. What you got, opponent? Oh, well. He's got us what is known as the Big Dead. Alright, that was a hard L. I kind of expected to be handed a hard L this game. I mean, not that game, but you expect to be handed an L with Storm once in a while. Ooh, this hand is a bit land heavy, but I think in the dark, can we keep this? I wish one of these was a wish one of these was a cycle land, not cycle, horizon land. That's what you crazy kids are calling it. Thinking against pretty much most of the combo decks of the format. So they're on the play. They mulligan to 6. Can we afford to keep a mediocre hand? So if they're so odds are they're probably not another combo deck, even though the first 2 games seem to dictate that they are. If they're one of the top 3 decks, which is Eldrazi Tron, Jund, or Azorius Stoneblade, at least meta breakdown wise, I don't think those are the best. This isn't a meta breakdown video, but the 3 most played decks. If it's any of those, we lose to Jund just on the spot, probably. But we lose game 1 to Jund like 9 times out of 10. So, whatever. Against E-Tron, as long as they don't put Chalice on 2, this hand is plenty fast enough. Then Azorius, once again, it's the same thing as Jund. We just lose game 1 like 9 times out of 10. At least from what I've seen and tested. Just because Force Negation is just such a powerful card, you have to wait too long and then they just get a clock on you with some sort of Stoneforge Mystic Beats. So, by that logic, sure, we'll keep. I'm just gonna hit yield through the turn just to be ready. Alright. It's an aggro deck. Or maybe it's not. Sure. Would you like to pay 2 life? No, I would not. Yield through this turn. This hand is very good now because of that Metamorphose. That was probably the perfect draw, honestly. Like, no cap. Alright, it's just Prowess, and he just kept a hand with no 1-drop. Is that what it is? Okay, that is indeed what it is. It is what it is what it is. God have mercy. God in heaven. Ooh, no. Did I accidentally hit the 1 button when I was trying to hit the Q? That was almost bad. Y'all love to see it. So, it's 3. So, if he has a land, it's 9. So we're not just dead. So we're not gonna do anything crazy. We're just chilling. Let's see if our opponent kills us just outright. God, Lord have mercy. He's got 5 cards in hand. Yup. We're going on a ship. Or we're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship. But where we're going, it's not a fun place. It's called the Bone Zone. Oh no. Crash through. Jeez. Yup, trample. Yarp. It's not like we were blocking anyways. It's a fool's errand. Tossing Brawl away like that. Not happening. The suspense is killing me. Okay, cool. So we're not dead. We're just very close. Cool. Alright. No mutagenic growth. Oh, we might just be dead. We could quite seriously just be dead. Alright, so if our opponent had Bolt, wouldn't he just point it at the Brawl? Or is that... It's the same amount of damage, right? Just bolting our Brawl, so... But let's say he has like a... I don't even know what he could have. That he wouldn't just cast now. But let's just... Maybe another Lava Dart. So Lava Dart is... This is to 18. So Lava Dart puts us to 18, right? Sacrifice both mountains. We would just be dead. Regardless if we blocked or not, we'd be dead. So, no block coming from this hombre. Nope, take 10. Take 10, opponent. Don't cast any spells. Oof. Yeah, well, we're just dead. Nice. So hypothetically, we could have blocked with Brawl. No, yeah, no, we were just dead, right? Because we got on to 7. Oh no, we would live at 1. I don't think we're coming back from that because now we just have a waste in our hand. No, yeah, no, it was exactly okay. I'm not crazy. Cool. Yeah, it was exactly whether we blocked or not. Give me bolts. Give me bolts. Give me empties. Okay, let's peel out of here. Man, you're kind of slow. Man, you're kind of slow. Unsub has other applications. Trim a slate, I think. Grapeshot can mow the lawn, so it's not going to cut. Slate you're out. Honestly, trim Baral and another slate. Because I want to see Barals, but like I think this is like our game. Yeah. Sure, I guess. Because you do have to cast at least 2 spells, and then it's still just not great. But I still want them because it's pseudo removal. I guess I would like to play first. Been getting a lot of hands like this today where it's just like very close, but I don't think it's good enough. If this was a Spire Bluff, I'd probably keep, even though like it's one lander. The Bolt really incentivizes the keep. Yikes. Yikers. This hand's missing a lot, but it's got a lot of cantrips to make up for it. So what, we would have to find a reducer plus a payoff of some sort, whether it's an empty, a Past in Flames, or a Gifts Ungiven. And we'd need a land on top of that. It's a hard sell, but I think we're... Oof. Well, they mulligan to 6-2. We can afford to go down 1 more, I think. 1 more. Oh god, we could get so punished going down 1 more. We could also we could just straight lose keeping this hand. I feel like this hand has more upside, more possible upside than Like the Dream 5, I don't think is good enough either. Where this lets us die with an extra card in our hand. And that's not for me having lack of confidence, just Burnside decks have notoriously and always been bad matchups for this deck. Ooh. Ooh, hello. Hey girl, how you doing? I want it. Yeah, we're gonna top it, and we're gonna cast Revisions next turn. Well, we're gonna draw for turn, then we're gonna cast Revisions, draw the second card that we scryed at the top, and then get to scry 2, and then maybe cast a sleight of hand if we bottom both. Alright. This hand is starting to shape up. Just gonna cast a billion cantrips, and then my plan is to just hopefully draw and empty the warrens and just blow them out of the water with just a huge empty. Like, that's just the plan. That's plan A in matchups like this. Our plan B is just storming off normally, but I am prepared to hold the proverbial L. But I do not expect it. This hand is actually starting to shape up quite nice. Visions, bada bing, bada boom. On jaw. Top. Bottom. And then we would be doing a disservice to ourselves by just not casting the side of hand now. Probably taking the roll. Yeah. Alright. It's the best our deck's got. Right here. This hand is shaped up amazingly. We just need to find some form of payoff. And honestly, I'm inclined to just try and go off next turn. Because we may not seem to be under a lot of pressure, but ooh boy howdy we are. Mono red prowess. Even if you think you're not under pressure, even if you're like, oh, it's just a 1/2. It's just 1 damage on turn 1. The deck deals a lot of burst damage just out of nowhere a lot of times in like a spooky fashion. Like, he'll just be like, alright, I'm in 19. I don't think I die. Yeah, we're definitely attempting to go off next turn. Because otherwise we're just dead. That's a card for sure. That is a Magical Gathering. That is a card printed by Wizards of the Coast. Hello, Moto? Okay. Moto was delayed for a second, and it did me a bit of a frighten. Thought maybe we disconnected or something. All right. Ritual first. Then we're gonna Metamorphose Float double blue in case we hit a Gifts and Giving. Because if we hit a Gifts and Giving, then it's just pretty much deterministic. Blue and blue. Optorino. Put on the button. Yikes. You hate to see it. But Grapeshot. Bonk. Same targets. Killing Fiend and then 1 at face. 1 same targets. 2 at Killing Fiend. 1 Smart. Oh, let me just slam the OK button. Hope they don't have a free spell of some variety. Doesn't appear that they do. We're just out here mowing the lawn. 1 Smork, and yep, last one. Oh, uh-oh. Oh, this man plays Gutshot. No! I haven't seen Gutshot in the mono red list in a long time, but we got punished. You hate to see it. Oof. Alright, well. Yup. Yup. Arguably the one damage it faces is negligible, so maybe we should have played around it, but I really didn't think that they would have any free spell other than mutagenic growth. And we weren't beating mutagenic growth anyway, because then they just mutagenic growth onto the Kiln Fiend, and then we just lose. Like, flat out. That's not a braid. I'm honestly blown away that he brought in a braid against Storm. I guess he feels the need to kill our reducers is just that high. But his deck's chock full of bolts and friends. I mean, sure. I mean, it's good here. Yeah, we're very dead. But I'll hold out for a Fast and Flames. So the optimal line here is to pretend that we have counter magic. But the second he casts a spell and it resolves, he will realize that we are a phony and a liar. Yeah, this is just, it's not a great matchup. I mean, you don't play Storm to expect to beat Prowess. It's just, they beat you up. They take your lunch money. It's not fun. It's fun. I mean, we're still playing Magic, so it's like whatever, but I will take 2 damage, opponent. I will take 2 damage. It's too late. You already let no, it's too late. I wrote it down. No. Please don't cast any spells. Fingers crossed. Do we get out of there? Oh, 2 damage. We'll take it. That's all you're doing, opponent. You are definitely giving me... Our graveyard's really just not good enough for us to manual the Past in Flames. Yikes. He's at 17. Man. We gotta draw something more. Like a reducer would let us cast some like cantrips from our yard too. I think that's what we just gotta like hope and pray to draw. I mean, we just gotta hope we're not dead, because we can't kill him with this, and all we can do is kill this, and but that's just fighting a losing battle because we're using even more resources just to kill 2 things. Plus he's got untap mana. Just nah, man. Nah, man. I'm good. Yep. Sip of the nice ice cold agua. Ague. That's a very good sign. Did we do it? Did we get away? Did we get away with it? Would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling kids. Yeah, I'm getting smart, and I accept that as a fact of my life. All right. Oh no. Well, now we definitely have to try and do something next turn, regardless, which is just bothersome. Now is he gonna flash? Okay, immediately flashes it back. That's great for us. It's not great for us, but we're not in the best spot in the world. Whoa, we're just dead. Grapeshot is indeed lethal. Yep. Oof. Well, we lost a matchup that traditionally is good for us, but to be fair, it's the new flavor of Dredge, which people are calling like Spiting Helix Dredge. We won the mirror in pretty defining fashion. Then we lost a traditional bad matchup. So far, we're a bit torn up over this. We like this W. We're torn up over this L, and this L is expected. So we're gonna hope for the 3-2 and hope this video isn't a total flop. But honestly, I've probably misplayed here and there, but I think this is going to show. I don't think Storm is well positioned right now. That's what I kind of went into this thinking. Like you beat up on the other combo decks typically, but you lose to pretty much everything else. Like you kind of can beat up on E-Tron. Like if they game 1, they're not gonna put Chalice on 2. Like they're not gonna hold it to do that in the dark. They're just gonna like slam it on 1, or they're gonna like put it on like 0 or something. They don't put it on 0 anymore. Don't listen to me, I'm stupid. But they do definitely just like slam it on 1, which is still bad, but you could definitely beat that. Oh, all this needs is what? God, this is a lot of lands. It's a 4-lander. My first instinct is to mulligan it. There's no reducer. I'm not a fan. If I knew what we were up against going in, I mean, I would of course. That always helps mulligan decisions, but specifically what I'm getting at is that I would keep this against like control. I would just keep it. You just keep making your land drops, and then eventually you'll get there. Yeah, it's a mulligan. Sure. I will keep. Kind of sucks, but better than our last hand, and I don't like mulliganing very heavily in the dark, especially when our opponent keeps 7, because that kind of implies that they are not on a deck that we usually beat up on. Typically a good sign is if they're mulliganing a bunch. Our deck is usually pretty good at beating up on combo decks, and combo decks typically mulligan a bunch, so... there wasn't much explaining for that. We want mana. Mana is the bottleneck right now. We're casting a sleight of hand to try and dig for the reducer, so that's why we're not double bottoming. Yep. Now this matchup's even worse for us. This is the red and blue prowess. They play the dreaded... oh god, Stormwing Entity, if my memory serves. That card is very good. Like, I honestly think that you should be playing Fantasy Insights against any sort of aggro deck. Jeez. Stevens put it in tapped, I think. And if we just draw a reducer, we win. I mean, that's the hope in the prayer. Sounds good. Yield to this turn. But yeah, this variant is slightly more inconsistent. But yeah, you should definitely just be playing Stormwing Entity. Oh yeah, I was gonna play Sprite Dragon, and that card, oh baby boy, this card is nuts. It's just better prowess. It's Flying Haste, better prowess. Sure. God, I love this. This card is just, mwah, I love it. Yep. Take 2. Seems he's... I don't want to say he's kept a slow hand because this is just set up to kill us like on turn 3 probably. He's like probably just like killing us dead. Oh well. Somebody call an ambulance, but not for me. Either way, we're taking 1 here, so yeah, whatever. Ba-dum, ba-dum. Ba-dum-bum. Now let's see if not a Dumby. Bum 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 bum. As long as we float a blue in there, it really doesn't matter what we float. That was a bad draw, but whatever. It's essentially deterministic from here. Ugh. Morphos. Fast and Flames. Heretic Ritual. Desperado Rituale. Woohoo! Now I will do the thing that my deck is meant to do, opponent. Is that cool with you? He's probably going to give us, what, Metamorphose, Fast and Flames, trying to stunt us on mana. He doesn't know about the other Metamorphose. That's why you don't just lay your hands on the table. Yeah, that's a pretty good tip for playing this deck, actually, is in this instance, when like you have like an extra ritual, sandbag it so they think they can stonewall you. That's just wrong, but okay. I'll do it. I'll do it, opponent. Don't make me. Blue. Red. I always forget Okay, so it costs 4. Cool. Ba-dum-bum. Pay 3. Sure. How do we wish to sequence this? Give me gifts so I can give it target our opponent. Let's metamorphose. Blue, red. Okay. Okay, cool. Cool. Our opponent is done. I think we just do the same thing. Although he has fire, so this is significantly worse. But we just gotta pray. Remain's actually a lot better in this matchup and unsub because of Stormwing Entity, and that's why we're gonna keep it in. But you could definitely, convince me otherwise. Once again, just comment wherever you think I misplay or misboard or anything. Just be like, hey, CJ, you're a dummy. This is what you should do, and then I'll either explain my reasoning, and then we can have a nice civil discussion, or I'll believe you and just say, okay, yeah, you're probably right. Is this crazy? Nah, we're not doing that. And we'll go down to 1 group shot. Yeah, seems right. And then we'll trim it up. Sure. Wow. Oh, Lord. I think if we screenshot any of the hands that I've had the entire time playing and put it as a thumbnail, I think this will be the one. I think it'll be the one. Oh God, I was hovering over keep. Lord have mercy. Lack of sleep is a thing, boys. Don't play Magic on like 2 hours of sleep. It's not good for you. But I think this is a keep, and we bought my Serum Visions. These lands suck. But, like, you take the L where you gotta, you know? Like, yeah, it's a keep. It's like honestly just like very good. Like we've got interaction, we've got a dude, we've got a payoff. We just have to find rituals and a Past in Flames preferably. I mean, but just even a Grapeshot's fine enough. Hopefully our opponent is not on a version playing Leyline of the Void. Hopefully he's on... Oh, Lord. Once again, I just need to keep my mouth shut. You hate to see it. Hey, that's a bolty boy. That is going on top. I think that's going. Oh no, we'll put this on top underneath the bolt. Sheesh. I once again just think that not playing E-Truth on the board is probably wrong, but I didn't want to change the deck a ton. I wanted to just include my little preference of unsub like over a remand. Otherwise I wanted to kind of leave it as the original player of the deck had it. But I think the only change I would make to sideboard is like if we just like pop over here real quick. I trim like maybe the Aberrate and a Bolt for like 2E Truth, or maybe just like a Bolt. Wow, it seems our opponent kept a very medium hand on the back of a Leyline, which people tend to do against Storm, and that's typically not correct. Like Leyline of the Void is very good against Storm, yes, but you can't just keep a hand on the back of Leyline. Like Leyline is not back-breaking against us. It is very good. Like it turns off our Gifts Ungiven essentially. Oh, it turns off our Pounce and Flames and makes our gifting even significantly worse. But you're an aggro deck. Don't keep 4-landers. Like, I get you think you might draw out of it, but it's still just, hey, what's up, bud? Do we just jam the Baral, like, to his demise? Sure. Means a bolt not going to my dome. That's how I look at it. Alright. Now let's continue on our merry way. Hopefully this remand gets to just send something. Sure. We might have the wrong read. It might not be prowess. Okay, the basic island tells me that it might be Delver. Because Delver, there have been some Delverless running around that play Monastery Sphere, Spiraling Dragon, and Delver as the threat package. So maybe? Oof. Yep, that's a Spiraling Dragon. Yeah, we're gonna remand though. Oof, is that a Mystical Dispute? Oof, Spell Pierce, even worse. You hate to see it. Okay, I believe this is actually Delver and we got the wrong read. It happens. It could also still be like a Prowess Brew where he is splashing enough blue cards to where he feels the need to play an island. I mean, it's entirely possible. But now I'm more on the side of this might be like a Delver variant. Should have bolt that while he's tapped out. That's a big pickup. Yeah. See ya, buddy. See ya, Bubby. We know his last card's a Braid. Oh, no, it's not a Braid. I'm stupid. My instinct is just... Oh, remand resolved herder. Okay. Okay. So he's prowess. He just splashing enough blue cards where he feels the need to play an island. Okay. Cool. Jeez. Popping. Cool. We are just Vibe a Ruin. Okay, so he's playing Opt. Okay. So he's definitely... So he's like a prowess deck that's just playing a bunch of blue cards. Alright, let's see what he hits. Neat. Now there was some argument where we might want to unsub that one on the stack, but I mean it was probably the correct line, but I kind of wanted to hold the unsub. Maybe a different reason. Okay. So now we gift and given, and we're just gonna get like a bunch of random stuff, just so that we can just cast a bunch of spells and just empty. That's our plan, and we're sticking to it. Hopefully this Abbot of Carol Keep doesn't kill us. Look at the goons. Look at them. They're just vibing. So, yep, it's another Abbot. That's very good. Sometimes it's very bad, but in this situation where you're like flooded, this card is premium. I was a big fan of this card during Standard, when it was in its Standard season. It's a very impressive Magic card. Like, it just looks very unassuming, but it's quite good. That Soul Scare, I would be astonished if the Soul Scare Mage doesn't get cast second mini phase. Honestly, I kind of... We're going to do 3 rituals and a Grapeshot. Just because the Grapeshot threatens to mow the lawn. He'll have to put that in the yard. And then what? He gives us, like, 2 rituals. Oh my god, I misclicked. Oh, you hate to see it. Well, yikes. I was too busy talking, and I just absent-mindedly clicked my 1 key. Well, darn. What do we do now? We main phase it, shamefully. And pretend like we just drew it. And probably lose game 2. Alright, well, this punt counter 1, because that's not just a misplay, that was a punt. But hey, they happen. That's why we're all human, you know? I'll probably beat myself up for it later, but that's fine. Get the 1 grape shot. Cool. Let's see what he wants to do. Ba-dum bum, ba-dum bum, ba-dum bum, ba-dum bum. So odds are we're not dead. So that's a big plus. But we could also be really. We could also just die. He could go like, he's already used what, 1 Metamorphose? He could go like Metamorphose, Metamorphose. Oh, kick the Burst Lightning. 6. That is lethal. Nice. You know what, dying to kick Burst Lightning? I mean, I'm just fine with that. That is, if I could choose how to die in real life, it would be to like a kicked Burst Lightning. Yep, exactly. Cool, cool. Oh, jeez. I'm gonna be mad at myself for that for a hot minute. Kinda want the Brawl back in. Remands are much worse. Now that we know that he's not. He could still be playing Storming Entity, so we're gonna board like this, but I'm not too sure. I haven't seen any indicators that would suggest that he is playing Storming Entity, so I'm gonna assume that he's not. This hand is bad. Don't really need to explain it. This hand is fine. We need to find like on sub, you're just going to the bin, not bin, bottom. We just need to find rituals, preferably Metamorphose. I doubt there's anything we would want to bolt so badly that we don't just opt, but it's good practice. And then we will yield until next end step. It's a Soul Scar. Don't think we care about bolting it, because we can always bolt it later. Yeah, that's not bad. I'll put it on top. Sure. Mana's kind of a bottleneck. I mean, we don't need that much. Think what we're gonna do is just bolt the Soul Scar Mage now. Probably buy us a lot of time. Or we can just jam Brawl. The only thing is, like, that probably kills it is he probably would on 1, maybe 2 Abrades, and then he's got 4 bolts. The odds are in his favor to have at least 1 in his hand, but then he's time walking himself, and then all we have to do is like draw a ritual, and then we just like ritual empty. That's not good enough. If we're bolting it now. So if we don't bolt it now, we're playing Brawl, and then Brawl probably just dies. But if Brawl doesn't die, what's the plan? Man, this hand, drawing that land, man, this hand is really bad now. So the plan is what? Slam Brawl, it dies, so we untap. Bolt the Soul Scar and just hope to draw out of it. Or we could just wait on all of it. We just wait on all of it, I guess. Sure, I've convinced myself. We can respond to a Prowess trigger and almost guarantee that the Soul Scar Mage dies. Sure. Sure. Snap off the bolt now. He's probably gonna light up the stage after this. That's what I would expect. There it is. Nothing too good, hopefully. Hey. Good to know about. Jeez. Well, guessing if it is probably our best draw here. Another good one is Metamorphose, just because it cycles and makes mana, makes our empty a little bit better. Yield into the turn. Yep, I'll take it. Jeez. Well, we're gonna sandbag the brawl. Just gonna hope we're not dead. I don't want to expose your removal spell of any kind. Jeez. Now what? No, nothing. Pre-combat. Nice. It's good to know. Almost definitely holding up a bolt. Jesus Rice. For all I regret bringing you back in, buddy. Jeez. Louise. Bolt. Sprite Dragon. Not Metamorphose, sure. Thought I had my audio on. Whatever. Sure. We are probably just blocking a Swift Spear. Maybe. We'll see how much damage we're taking. Yup. A bolt, please. I'm begging you, Abbott. Remember all those good times we had? Okay, sweet. Beautiful. Taking 6, go to 11. Probably. Please do not have a bolt for the Brawl. I will be fucking sad. Yeah, I'm not blocking. I will take 6, go to 11. Hold a breath. No bolt. Come on. No bolt. Man, we were asking a lot. He's gonna have to have no bolt plus us having like anything. Drawing anything rather. Like anything good. Jeez. 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 Man. Empty with 0 storm count? Or cast a Brawl, lose 1 of the legend rule for 4 goblins? Wow, this all just sounds awful, and I hate everything about it. But sure. Barrel of Laughs. Oh, jeez, bro. Give me this one. Oh, jeez, just want to keep. Whatever. Empty. Making the donuts. Alright, that's all we got. That's a relatively good sign. Typically, if they're cracking those to draw. Means their hand's pretty medium. Okay. Good sign, good sign. We're vibing. Oof. Lord have mercy. I think we are what is known as very dead. Alright, so how are the blocks lining up? 2 here. 1, 1. Number 2. Jeez. I don't think we were gonna win game 2 even if I didn't misclick, but yeah, this is a game over. I think that misclick might have cost me, but jeez. Alright, well, we're gonna try and go for the ancient 2 and 3. If we don't at least 2-3, then I don't know if I would recommend the deck to anyone. Even to play. You can still play it like FNM and stuff, because trust me, I love this deck, but it hasn't felt great. Granted, some of the L's might be because of the pilot, but I don't know. I feel like I've piloted mostly correct. Maybe kept a couple of shaky hands here and there, the misclick, and then like a couple of misplays here and there. But I think overall we've played fine. Oof, man. This guy is just above everyone else. He's just looking down at us peasants here. Oh wait, where's Metcalf? Metcalf. For anyone that plays a lot of Moto, you know who Metcalf is. Dude grinds a bunch. Oh, he's always playing some sort of like Thalia deck. Oh, Thalia deck's too broad. Thalia deck is way too broad. He never plays humans, at least to my knowledge. But he's played like Luris, Red, White, Death and Taxes. Luris, Death and Taxes. Dude's a crazy good pilot. He beats me up every time we play most of the time. I think I haven't really kept track of any sort of record, but I play him in not every league I play, but I play him in once every 2 leagues at least. Dude plays a crazy amount. Oof. What about the dude with 21 trophies? Man, he hasn't got a trophy in 2 days, and he's still just top of the leaderboard. If that's a like a Magic personality or a Magic Pro, drop in the comments because I'd love to know who that is. Oh, this guy does good look, have fun. Yeah, we haven't been saying that. It's kind of BM of us not to say it, but good look, have fun. Hand's great. I mean, to keep. Opponent's mulliganing. Hopefully that means he's a combo deck. Normal Tron. Oh, God. Please, no. Have mercy. God, is this no one drop into, like, just killing Fiend again? Please, no. Opponent, I'm begging you. Opponent, please. Don't do that, please. Just to discuss why this hand's good. I mean, it's kind of... So the Brawl was in there. It's 2 lands, Reducer, into if we draw land or if we draw another ritual, dead opponent on turn 3. Okay, so our opponent saw prowess but kept no 1-drop hand. Oh God, there's a Killing Fiend. Fuck. Oh hell. Hopefully we don't get absolutely destroyed like we did the last time our opponent played a Killing Fiend. Well, I think the old Electromancer. Good flavor text? Yeah, good flavor text. Nice. Alright. Yeah. What? He has triple bolt here. We got a 10 or just dead Exacxies. I'd feel real stupid for not blocking. God. But then bolting with Electromancer guarantees that you get all the damage through. So yeah, I'm not blocking. No way. Not happening. I don't believe you, opponent. You don't have 3 bolts. I don't believe you. Okay, Lava Dart. Nice. We might just be dead. Probably should have blocked, but hey. No, because Lava Dart could just kill the Electromancer. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, are we? Yeah, we might just be dead. Any other spell and we're just dead, right? Because wow. Oh, yeah, we're just dead. Oof. Blocked. You live and you learn. Well, punt count up to 2. Misplay count 1. Unless you want to count punts and misplays the same thing, but nah, that's cheating. Get your hands out of here. Slide a hand out of here. Slide a hand out of here. Slide a hand out of here. Grapeshot out of here. Sure. He who red player count to 20. Oh. Thank you for that, friend. The Magic community can be toxic sometimes, but God bless this opponent. I don't even care if we lose anymore. Alright, well. Saying it needs a reducer. There's no cantrips, but we have a bolt. Oh my. Oh God. Me too. Me too, thanks. No thanks, just me too. Alright, enough conversating with the wonderful opponent. I've been racking my brain on this, and I like it. But the 1 bolt might not be enough. We'll keep it, though. We'll keep it. This hand is really good if we just draw a reducer. He's mulliganing again. There's a chance. So you're saying there's a chance. Yeah, the Prowess deck just beat up on this deck, and there's just a lot of that deck running around. I mean, we've played against it 3 times in the leagues. I don't know. I just don't like the idea of getting the shit beat out of me consistently by Prowess. That deck is everywhere. You have to have some sort of game plan against them, like game 1. Because in a league, we've seen a pretty high density of them. But, yeah, we're just not even gonna let you go to combat, bud. Sorry. But, I don't know. I think the smart, if you want to run a bunch of leagues, like if you just want to start just like grinding leagues like a madman, you want a deck that has like a game 1 plan against Prowess. And your game 1 plan against Prowess as Storm is typically, am I on the play? Yes, okay, pray they don't have a bolt for my reducer, and win. Which is a big ask. And then your game 2, or if you're on the draw, I mean, if you're on the draw game 1, you just scoop it up. Like, very rarely will you... Granted, we could have won that game. I should have blocked. I'll take that. I will take that L, you know? Like, that's my fault. Yeah, we're gonna go Ritual Gifts and give it on step. Just see if we can manual. I don't know. I don't see a manual coming in our future, but... Oh, take 1. His hand does not seem great. Red play. Oh God. Let's not do the stupid thing again. Well, gifts ungiven. Herder. Desperate. Desperate. Bolt. Heretic. Empty. Looks a little kooky, but it forces him to give us double ritual. In which case, then if we natty draw a reducer, or if we draw... there's a lot of just if we draw a reducer, we win. Because we force him to give us double writ. Or he could just give us like empty lightning bolt, which is fine too. If he gives us empty, he almost definitely has a crash through. Hey, now draw reducer. We didn't do the thing. At least as of right now, we didn't do the thing. Cycle. Blue and a red. Oof. Oof. Man, 18 lands. We draw them a lot, but hey, that's a-okay. Well, probably just dead, but just gonna gifts and given again. Desperate. Pyretic. Passing Flames. And Brawl. This basically makes it where we're going to have enough mana to manual with the Past in Flames and be able to cast an empty if we live that long. But I'm not confident. Send me to the Shadow Realm, Yugi boy. I'm ready. Just gonna yield through the turn and I accept my fate. I'm sorry for the lack of interaction. It's totally. But your time has come. Alright, I'll let him cast all of his spells and stuff. Yep, have your fun. Alright, well, we're just gonna close this out with a oof. We got beat up on this league. So, all in all, there was some misplays, but hey, it happens. We're human. Played against Prowess a bunch. Mono red twice. A blue variant that's splashing quite a lot of blue cards, which seemed interesting. A new version of Dredge, which is heavy Mardu, playing Smiting Helix and Friends. That deck seems sweet. You might see that on the combo corner, because I'm not going to lie, I've been digging Silver Smoke Ghoul, fantastic card. I've been digging different Dredge variants recently, so we might see that on the combo corner. Just give me suggestions in the comments. Just what you want to see on the combo corner. Any combo deck that you want me to play and give my opinion on. I can play most combo decks to a passable proficiency. And we played against the Mirror, funny enough, which we won, which is our only win. Which, wow, we got stomped this league. We got high rolled a couple times. I misplayed a couple times. Played the Storm matchup pretty well though. I don't know. Seems I went in thinking that this list is fine. If you're gonna play Storm, play something close to this. I mean, I didn't really have any complaints other than the fact I want to fit at least one Echoing Truth somewhere in the board, maybe even two. I was really missing that in the Leyline matchups because Repeal is not good enough to answer Leylines. Honestly, maybe cut the Repeal and play an Echoing Truth main board even. Because Dragon Truth is a very good magic card that is slept on. But something close to this list is probably the optimal Storm list right now. Um, it's not a matter of playing an optimal Storm list or not. It's a matter of, is Storm good enough? And at the moment, I think there are much better things you can be doing on the degenerate side of Modern. Yeah, you probably beat up on like the other combo decks, but you get absolutely raffle stomped by prowess. Like you you lose that matchup. Probably it's probably like a 70-30 matchup. And with how popular it is right now, unless that deck starts going down in popularity, and I'm not talking about just the mono red variant, I'm talking about all the variants, and there's a bunch of them. People are splashing green, blue. I even saw people splashing white for like path in the sideboard. Like the deck's got a bunch of different flavors, and you're bad against all of them. like, granted, in game 2 against or game 1 against our last opponent, I should have blocked the Kiln Fiend, but he mulliganed to 6. The odds of us dying there were kind of low, and I was banking on the fact of if we didn't die, we kill him. He's just dead in the turn after. But c'est la vie. Misplays happen. But yeah, I just in conclusion, if Storm's your pet deck, keep jamming it. You already know the risks. I knew the risks I was taking coming in. Um, just jam. Maybe play some extra. Maybe play some Bolt's main board. Maybe I don't know. You gotta have some sort of game plan against them game 1 because they're just everywhere. Um, and maybe you'll win the matchup lottery jamming it. But if it's your pet deck, man, just play it. 3 Grapeshots felt fine. It was a little weird, but it was fine. I mean, it's Storm. There's not much else to say. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. This was CJ once again with Team Spellbomb, and check out some of our other videos. We'll probably be posting. I'll be posting another combo corner. Hopefully, you guys can make some comments, give me some suggestions. But since this is the first episode, I doubt y'all will get like comments on the video before I've already filmed the next episode. But make sure to get those comments in. Maybe you'll get it in early enough for me to catch it before I film an episode. Worst comes to worst, your suggestion will probably just end up being episode 3. But yeah, thank you for tuning in and signing out.